Why is the Stumpy EVO still, to this day, one of the best bikes that you can buy? So let's get into the top 3 reasons why this is still one of the best bikes to buy in 2025. Number 1, adjustability. So when this bike came out, at the time, there were no other bikes with as many adjustment options. This bike has a headset cup adjustment where you can steepen it by 1 degree or slacken it by 1 degree. From steep to slack, it goes 65.5, 64.5, and then 63.5. I mean, 63.5 in that day, really slack for an all mountain bike. They also allowed you to adjust the bottom bracket height and the chainstay length with these flip chips right here. And so you can put it in, as it's marked, the high position or the low position. It's referring to the bottom bracket. And so when it's in the high position, the bottom bracket comes up a little bit and the chainstay gets a little bit shorter. And then the exact opposite is in the low position. The bottom bracket goes down a little bit and the chainstay lengthens. And then you can couple that in whatever combination you want with the headset. And so for reference, I have played with nearly all of those adjustments, and I much prefer, I have 2 favorites. The headset is always going to be in the slack position. But with the chainstay, I have played with that. Like when I'm doing a lot of just Park City lift service stuff, I'll put it in the low position. But when I'm doing more typical trail stuff, I'll put it in the high position. The other parts of the adjustability, SRAM came out with the UDH with their master plan to eventually introduce the transmission drivetrain. And the only bike that can take a transmission drivetrain is one that has the derailleur hanger mount molded to be a UDH standard. The Universal Derailleur Hanger is what that stands for. And so at that time in 2022, when they came out with this version of this bike, this had a UDH. A lot of other bikes didn't. And so when transmission came out, you had the ability to put this on, a transmission on this bike, which I don't have transmission, but that was a huge benefit. And also, when you do bend a derailleur hanger eventually, because everyone does, it's so easy to just get a replacement. Every single bike shop has one. You can snag it off at Amazon, like next day delivery or same day even. And so it became this standard. Absolutely. Reason number 2. Yeah. The suspension. Yeah. And the horse link on this bike is still so applicable to today's mountain biking. This bike comes stock with a 150 rear and 160 front, which in today's mountain biking world is considered a do-it-all mountain bike, but also is still considered in the enduro bike category. In my opinion, it's also the linkage design. The linkage on this bike is a horse link. Oh yeah. Oh shit. Who the fuck? In my opinion, the horse linkage is one of the best linkages that you can get on a bike. A lot of that has to do with like how plush the linkage system is. Like it just gives you a lot of baseline plushness, which you can then tune to be more progressive as needed. Really the gist of it is that this bike comes with a fairly linear suspension curve, yeah, which I have really enjoyed having, because I can get that like super plush feeling out of this bike when I want it. But then when I'm getting into more like sweet jumpy stuff, I can just tune this bike to be more progressive, and it feels great. And then the last reason is value. We all know that finding a good used bike is one of the best ways to really maximize bang for your buck. You'd be hard pressed to find a bike that there's more of out there than a Stumpy Evo. There's so many Stumpy Evos out there to choose from because so many people bought this bike that you can find some killer deals on getting this bike on classifieds. The bonus reason, this bike won Bike of the Year, Pinkbike 2022, MBR Mag 2022 Bike of the Year, and then was a top finalist in many other magazines around the country and around the world. So this bike is really still in 2025, when it's not even being produced anymore, is still one of the best bikes on the market. Prove me wrong.